What's up, guys? I'm Hustle.
And I'm Mo, and welcome to the Mo Hustle Show.
What up, y'all? We so glad that y'all stopped by to kick it with us.
We talking about everything from politics to pool pits to stripper poles. So sit back, relax, and let's get into it.
Period.
What's up, everybody?
What's good? What's good? I'm Hustle.
And I'm Mo.
And welcome to the Mo Hustle Show, y'all.
What's good, everybody?
What is going on, man? Listen. I'm dead. She said nothing. Yeah, we appreciate y'all continuing to come back and watch and support us. And yeah, so what's the topic for today, homie?
So today, we're talking about, first of all, put yourself in the mind frame of being 17, 18 years old, and you were in high school.
The good days.
You trying to figure out what it is you want to do. You don't know if you want to go to the military. You don't know if you want to go into the workforce, go to college, go to, maybe junior college or community college.
Right.
There's just so many things. You want to chill out for a couple years and get a job, in fast food or, in...
Maybe a family business.
Right, anything.
Yeah.
So many different paths you can take. So, first, we just want to say no path is right or wrong. You have to figure out what it is you want to do with your life. And sometimes you don't know that right at 17 or 18 years old.
Sometimes you don't know that at 40.
Right. Right. And I think one of the things that we do when we tell a child, well, when you're 18, you're going to get the hell up out of my house.
Oh, my God. Why do parents do that?
You setting your child up for failure, especially if you haven't helped them develop some type of plan.
Exactly.
In a dream world, in my dream world, I want to be able to give my child a business or a couple of businesses when they graduate high school or finish.
Exactly. So they don't have to struggle. They can, they have something to fall back on. I like that. Yeah, I'm with that.
But sometimes as parents, we don't know how to teach, our children how to have a plan. We don't, know what it looks like to create that foundation for a child. And what's crazy in in my household, it was, oh, you going to college when you get out of school? Are you going to college? And I'm like, all right, cool. But there was no plan with it. It was just like, you going to college. Nobody told me, hey, if you're going to college, if you're going to go into debt, make sure you're going into debt.
That's the part they don't talk about,
right.
The debt.
Make sure you're going into debt for something that's worth it. Right. And if you're just going to go for undergrad and just get your bachelor's and whatnot, make sure it's in something where you can get your money back.
Something that you can use. Don't go out. Don't go get nothing in basket weaving. I mean.
Right. And a lot of times people say, oh, you going to college, And, we tell our kids that, but we don't have any real, plan for them. We didn't tell them that they need to specialize in this or that. Mm-hmm. It's just kind of like.
Or sometimes an example either. Like if you're in a household, a child is in a household and neither one of their parents have ever gone to college, it's kind of hard for you to tell them, you better go to college.
Right. So it's no fault of that parent, So having said that, when you get out of high school, we graduate high school, or even if you decide you're not going to finish high school, there are several different things you can do to make money. All right? You can choose to go to college. You can choose to jump into a trade. You might want to be an entrepreneur. You might, want to own your own business. Or you may want to jump into the workforce. And you might find a good job and you can have a 401k, good salary. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's saying there's anything wrong with getting a job. I know plenty of people who've gotten jobs that have longevity, and you can, start one place and end up another, in management, or side hustles. A lot of people
that's a big thing.
Are into side hustles. Some people work a job and a side hustle. It's so many different ways you can, have your financial makeup set up. And, none of them are right or wrong. It's just...
Yeah, it just is.
How do you make your money?
Right. And I think that's where a lot of people, they get it twisted. They want to follow a path that somebody else set out for them. Well,
Right.
you might not like that. You might not want to go to school. School may not be for you.
Right.
Hell, a job may not even be for you. Because
Right.
let's just be honest, some people are not meant to have jobs. They don't like
Right.
being told what to do. They don't like following other people's instruction or direction. So, side hustle, I'm glad you brought that up, man. Side hustles are definitely a good thing. It's just a path of whichever one you want to choose,
Right.
pretty much. Like, so.
And a lot of people gonna kill me for saying this, but these side hustles, of course, you want to set your side hustles up. You can have them set up in a business structure, LLC or INC,
Right.
or they can be your side hustle.
That's it. You
Uncle
don't have
Sam
to do it
don't
like
have to
that.
know
Exactly.
all your damn business.
That's a fact.
And y'all know what I mean. Those entrepreneurs, hairdressers, barbers, people out there just, you know what I'm saying, with their side hustle, you know what I mean?
But do what you can handle. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? If you can handle doing it that way, handling your business that way, do it. If not, you know,
Right.
there are always other routes to go. But yeah,
And let me just say this. Okay. And like let me back up and do a disclaimer. All this information in this podcast is strictly, you know, our personal opinions and beliefs. And they're just things that have worked for us, you know, or haven't worked for us. So, you know, just want to let you guys know this is all our personal opinions. So for college, excuse me, if you go to college, I don't think there's anything wrong with going to college. If I could go back and do it all over again, I would not have gone to college. And I'll tell y'all why in just a few minutes. But if you're going to go to college, I would tell anybody, if you're not going to college to be a doctor, a lawyer, maybe an accountant, maybe a nurse practitioner, engineer, even if you're going to school so that you can teach, so that you can be a professor or teach on a PhD level. And there are several more majors that you could choose that you can make a lot of money, but I'm just, you know, throwing a few out there. If you're going to go to school and rack up all that student debt,
make it be worth it.
right, make it worth it. Make sure you're going to jump into a profession or a career that has longevity, that's going to be around, you know. If you're in healthcare, you know you're going to have a job. you
Right.
know.
That's a guaranteed job right there.
Right. It's still a job, but you know, you're gonna have work. So it's just certain things you should do. And the reason I say that, I'll just use myself as an example. I went to school and I got my bachelor's degree in political science because my plan was to go to law school. But after I graduated from undergrad, got my bachelor's degree, I just went into the workforce. And I never really went back to school to, you know, go to law school. So there's not a whole lot you can do with a political science degree, you know, unless you're working in a different field and, you know,
I feel
you
you.
getting education credits and things like that to, you know, jump into a different profession or whatnot. But if you don't have a plan, you just kind of out there and you put yourself in a situation where you can't really use your degree for anything.
Yeah. And
So-
I feel that because, you know, when I graduated high school, I went to the military.
Right.
Now, my plan initially was to stay, you know, do my years there, retire. But of course, things don't always go as planned. I got tired of it. It wasn't what it used to be for me. And, you know, I just felt like I was unhappy. So it was time for me to go.
Right.
So I left the military. And of course, while I was in the military and then a little bit afterwards, I did go to school and get a 4-year degree. But my degree is in criminal justice.
Right.
And so at this point in my life, that's not the type of field that I want to go into. So I feel you. I get it. Because, I mean, I'm not going to use that degree,
Right.
you know. So
And like I say, you know, there's nothing wrong with going to college. I think it's an excellent avenue or a tool to set yourself up, you know, to be successful and, you know, have a career, you know, that's going to be with you and, you know, where you can get your money back out of your education. A lot of people will tell you, you know, they'll look down on community college or, you know, getting a trade or anything like that. But I beg to differ.
yeah.
I see it all the time where, somebody may graduate from high school and go to community college and get some type of certificate in a trade, plumbing, roofing, carpentry, welding, electrician, things like that.
Absolutely. Even automotive. Like
Yeah,
we went to
right.
school with a couple people that used what they got in a small community college, and they got their own shop, own
Right.
automotive shops. They
Right.
paint people's cars and
Making millions.
making bank. Yeah.
Making millions. So you talking about trade doesn't necessarily mean you have to go and work for somebody. Yeah, you get a trade. You start your own little plumbing company. You start your own.
You can be an independent, whatever.
Right, electrician. You can be, have your own electric company, roofing, carpentry, welding. People look down on trades. But I'm gonna tell you something. You look at a plumber. People think about a plumber, and I probably used this example before. I probably told
I got to
you
tell you
before.
a story about that too.
You talk about somebody building something, right?
Right.
So, you mean to tell me the plumber, he done came, set up all his stuff, and whether it's a house, apartment, multi-family complex, whatever. The plumber done came, put his pipes in, put the plumbing in, got paid, and gone about his business
He
before
gone.
anybody else done anything else, and the house ain't even up yet.
And let me tell you how easy that type of work. This is the thing, man. When I went to the military, I went to the military as an interior electrician.
Right.
Right. So, moving up through the ranks, like when you get to a certain rank with that MOS, if anybody know what I'm talking about, MOS is just a job title. But if you go in with anything in the engineering field, once you move up to a supervisor role, you become all of them, which is electrical, plumbing, and carpentry. But me, my bougie, listen, I ain't want no parts and no plumbing.
Right.
They trained us in that, and I saw some crazy stuff when I went to Cuba, and that just turned me away from it. But it is a really easy and simple job, and it's a good way to make money if you want that trade. They make
Right.
bank.
They do.
Especially out here, in the military, you'll never get the full picture of what you can do with that trade. But once you get out here, it's a little more evident that, yeah. Especially,
And then, go ahead.
no, go ahead. I was just gonna talk about electrical work, especially electrical work.
Right.
It's money in that, definitely.
So much money in that. And you talking about these trades. Listen, they're doing nothing but developing land with apartments, houses, businesses. They're going to develop this land until there's no more land to develop. So when you're talking about these trades,
They
and
gonna
people
need
having
you.
these small businesses and their trades, listen, there's nothing wrong with getting you a small trade underneath your belt and taking it and doing whatever you want to do with it.
Yeah, because you mess around and get you a contract with like one of these companies that's building the houses, you
Right.
in there. Because they would rather pay you. You can undercut the market, honestly. If you undercut the market just a little bit and charge them a little less than what the other big people are going to charge them, they'll take you every time, especially if
Right.
your work's solid. So,
Right.
yeah, don't sleep on them trades, y'all.
Yeah, nothing wrong with it at all. Another thing that's kind of big for me is in high school, they don't really teach anything about entrepreneurship.
They don't. That's terrible.
Owning your own business. They don't teach you about managing your credit. They don't teach you about a lot of simple shit that can make life easier that people neglect to tell you when you're in high school. Like I said, if I knew the things I know now in high school, I wouldn't have gone to college.
Yeah,
I know so many ways to make money
you can
that
pretty
I've
much make money
learned.
doing anything.
I haven't
Yeah.
been able to do all the things that I know about now, but I'm just saying,
Yeah.
you learn things the older you get, but they don't teach you about being an entrepreneur. And there's nothing wrong with when you get out of high school saying, hey, I want to have my own business.
Right.
Why
Why?
you got a plan?
Why is the narrative of you got to get out and get a job always pushed?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why is that? They don't want you to know that you can pretty much do these things on your own. Entrepreneurship, credit management.
Right.
What else? Mental
mental
health.
health,
Yeah,
right.
these are things that you're gonna need every day in life. So
Yeah.
they should definitely be taught. But that's why it's up to us to teach ourselves.
Right. Like we should teach our kids that you can be the job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You can be hiring other people.
Hiring people. You can be the employer. You can have people coming to you saying, hey, I need a job. You can employ people instead of saying, hey, yeah, we'll get you a good job. Because at the end of the day, who wants to go to school for all those years to get a good job, like I mean, and I'm not saying that there's nothing wrong with, wanting a good job. I guess the freedom, the flexibility of, not having to be confined to a job, I guess is one of the things that I do like.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess we should just be encouraging our kids to do a little more than just
Definitely.
want to get a job. And like I said, there's absolutely nothing wrong with wanting to get a job. But so I want to teach my kids to be a boss.
Don't be comfortable with that, with waiting for somebody else to pay you every 2 weeks or every week or however many weeks that you get paid in increments. Don't be comfortable with just that. You gotta want more.
Right. There's nothing wrong with having a job and have you a side hustle,
Period.
a couple of side hustles or something you do when you get off work.
Yeah.
Your time is valuable. When you're on a job, you basically trading your time for money. So trade some of your own time to yourself.
Period.
To be able to make, what you want to make doing it, for yourself. Imagine having a nice job with a nice salary. You got your 401k, you got sick days, you got flexibility, and you got you a side hustle too.
Yeah.
So you making $60,000, $75,000 on your job, and you got a side hustle where you making another $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a year.
You in there.
You good.
Yeah.
And don't get it twisted. Everybody's like trying to reach or seek millionaire status. But let me tell you, you can live good off of a nice $60,000, $75,000, $100,000 salary.
You definitely can, yeah.
You can live a nice life.
Nothing wrong with wanting more, because I definitely want more. I think we all aspire to make as much money as we can in this lifetime, because we're abundant and we're supposed to.
Right.
But like she said, $60,000-$70,000 a year, that's not bad at all.
Right.
Given that some people only are making $20,000, maybe $20,000 a year.
For sure.
Depending on their job. So, yeah.
So yeah, like, what, and like you said, when you came out, just like I came out of high school, I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Yeah. I definitely didn't, man.
It changed several times what I wanted to do.
And when I couldn't really pinpoint it and just pin it down, you know what I'm saying? I went to the military, and I don't regret that at all. Like, I met some great people in the military. It taught me a lot about myself, about, my limits, my capabilities, all of that. And it taught me a lot, especially as far as discipline, man, because when it comes to like certain things, I just go do it because I know that this is what I need to do in order to do this. So I just go do it. It taught me a lot of discipline. So I don't regret it. But once it became something other than what I saw it as or what it was initially, it just wasn't for me anymore. So, yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up, because a lot of people talk about the military like it's a bad thing.
Man, let me tell y'all something. Go ahead.
No, you fine, man. The military is a great opportunity. Like, I know this gonna sound cliche, but you talking about to be able to travel and see the world, have benefits, have a nice steady paycheck.
Yeah.
Something you can retire when you're 38 years old.
Yep.
You're 38 years old, that's young.
Yeah.
And
you got plenty of time to do whatever else it is that you want to do. So
you can get out of the military, retire from the military, double, triple dip.
Yeah.
When
I went in, it was, and a lot of people told me, oh, don't do that, don't go to the military. But when I went in, it felt like a college campus.
Right.
Because everybody there was, young. They just now leaving their parents' house. This is our first time being away from home, pretty much, just like people in college.
Right.
And, we stayed in the barracks, and we had, the only difference is, of course, you can go to war when you're military, and in college, of course, you don't have to worry about that. But everybody that's either in college or the military is probably their first time away from home. They're trying to find themselves. So it's a process.
And it's probably a good experience.
It really is. It's not for everybody, but if you can learn to take, corrective criticism and just control your emotions and not get mad if somebody yell at you and get in your face, because that's what they do to try to push you. But if you can do that, man, you can get through that, and you can get paid while you're doing it, and you can come up in rank and keep getting paid, and you can see the world and get money for college. It's just so much. It's so many things that come with it. So yeah, it's not a bad thing.
I don't think it's like I don't. I've seen so many people just make a career out of it, and they live some pretty decent
Pretty
lives.
decent lives, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They don't want for much. You know what I'm saying? Got everything. You know what I'm saying? That the average person would strive for.
Yeah.
You know? So
Yeah,
don't
definitely.
let nobody tell you don't go to the military. The military can be an amazing thing. So
Yeah, and they will tell you that. They'll try to tell you not to fight for such and such as army. Like, come on.
right. What else you gonna do? Especially if you're just gonna sit around, you know, not make much out of life.
Right.
Trying to figure it out, laying yourself somewhere depressed because you decided you didn't want to, you know what I'm saying?
You didn't want to do
anywhere.
nothing.
You didn't want to do anything.
You didn't want to go to college, military, get a
Oh,
job.
I'm just going to stick around here.
I'll be wondering sometimes, like, what my life had been if I didn't go to the military. I'd be glad that I went, man.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you glad you got away, too.
Yeah. I mean, I enjoyed going to school. Had its ups and downs. I wouldn't. Let's see. I wouldn't trade it, but if I could go back, I don't think I would have gone
Yeah,
to college. You know, I would have done some things different.
I feel that. Just the debt that you get in with going to college is too
Man.
much. That's my issue with it. The
Right,
debt,
it
like,
is,
it's just-
and it's like I said, especially if you're not really doing anything that you can use.
yeah.
Like if you, it's crazy. It's crazy how they bait you in and they'll give you all this money to go in debt for school, but if you go try to get a business loan,
They won't give you
they
that.
won't give it to you.
Yeah,
Makes no sense.
at all. At all. I'm wondering at some point if they're going to start putting that into the curriculum, maybe entrepreneurship. I think
They
that's a great
should.
idea.
They should. I mean, it's nothing but businesses around you,
Yeah,
and it doesn't take a rocket scientist to start a business. Easy to start a business.
facts. All you have to do is find something that people want.
Right.
Find something that's in demand. And if you got it and you can sell it, you got yourself a business.
Right.
Shit.
People are spending money. People got it twisted when they think people don't have money.
Right.
People are so conditioned to think that, oh, it's not enough, it's not enough. People aren't going to have money to buy this and buy that. Y'all be surprised people who just be on the internet wanting to spend money.
Wanting to spend money, shopping.
On anything, on dumb shit. Like, you could sell anything on the internet.
Anything. Let me tell, man, I done sold a pack of Depends before.
Yeah, I believe you. I believe you.
And I know that sounds weird. That's a story for another day because we're going to talk about some side hustles. But let me tell y'all something, man. People go crazy for a little 48 pack. They be wanting them little, listen, but that's another story for another day. But I will sell you anything is my point here.
Right. You can sell anything.
Well, not anything, but you know, anything that's tangible
Right.
that you can hold in your hands.
So yeah, so for the youngsters, when y'all getting out of school, just be find something that makes you happy.
Right.
And that might mean getting a job somewhere. You might love, like I say, going somewhere, getting a job. There's a lot of companies out there that offer you everything that you might want and need in a job or career profession. So that might be the route you want to take. Might want to go to college. And like I said, if you go to college, just be mindful of what you're majoring in.
Right.
Make sure you're going to get your money out of your education.
That major that she major in don't make no money, but she can't drop out. Her parents will look at her funny.
Right. He hit the nail on the head.
He
on
really
that
did.
One. He did. So if you're going to school, y'all, just make sure you got a plan. Make sure you got a plan. You know, check out all the majors that's gonna make you the money when you get out. That brings me to this. Okay, there's always the argument, education or street smarts. Which one is more valuable? What do you think, Hustle?
I think it's good to have a good mix of both of them. Okay, you can't be out here just not knowing how you move in the street, and you can't be a dumbass. I mean, in my opinion, you can have them both. It's never one or the other. I enjoy being a good mix of both of them.
Okay. I agree. That's why I say, I don't think, not that you have to choose. Some people would just argue No, it's education. You need to get a good education, and that's what you need to focus on. And they will forget the street smart element of it that you know what I'm saying? You got to be able to pick up on certain things when you're out here in the streets.
Right.
And be able to move around any group of people. Street smarts are valuable, and it'll keep you safe.
Keep you safe. That's the most important thing. But
I love when I think it's pretty dope when you see couples, and maybe there's a guy or a girl. It doesn't really matter.
Right.
You got one party who's the street savvy person, then you got one person that's educated, and then they come together and they just are able to make magic
beautiful.
happen.
Yeah. I love that.
They rub off on one another, and you know what I'm saying? Like, to have both.
Yeah, it's a perfect mix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty dope. Like, all paths are good paths as long as you trying to reach a destination. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you want to make sure whatever it is you set out to do is something that's going to make you, fulfilled in life, make you feel successful. You want that comfort, whether it's money. For a lot of people, it's money.
It is money for a lot of people.
Money is very important. Don't get me wrong.
But if you don't have peace.
Right, if you don't have peace, the money doesn't mean much. A lot of people think that if you got a lot of money, you shouldn't have any problems. But guess what? We got millionaires and billionaires that still commit suicide.
They got the most problems.
Right.
Seem like.
So basically, to sum up today's show, listen, if you decide you want to go to the military, if you decide you want to go into the workforce, if you decide you want to be an entrepreneur, if you decide, you want to go and work for your family's company, there's nothing wrong with any of those things. But just when you find something you want to do, go at it hard.
Exactly.
And
be the best at it.
Right. Be the best at whatever it is you want to do.
Yeah. A lot of people, they think they have to follow a specific path or follow maybe what their parents want or what's the norm in their family or amongst their friends, but you just got to do what make you happy.
I'm going to tell you something. If you got kids, and sometimes I have to catch myself. There was this kid I used to mentor, and, I asked her one time, I said, what do you want to do when you get out of school? And she was like, I want to be a nail tech. And immediately I felt bad because I wanted to tell her, no, you don't want to be a nail tech. You want to own the nail salon.
Right.
That's what I wanted to tell her.
That's what you wanted to tell her, yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. That would have been that would have been some good advice.
I know, but what if she
You want to crush her dream.
I know, right? I didn't want to crush her dream.
But then she can have a dream on top of the dream. Like,
right.
you can, if you want to, that's your shop. That's your shit. You can go in there and do some nails if you want to.
Yeah. And then, I think sometimes as parents, I don't have kids, but I think sometimes we don't set the bar too high for our kids.
Right.
And we should set it a little higher sometimes.
We should. Don't ever limit the things that you're capable of, man.
Right. Like I said, be the job.
Be the job, period.
Yeah. You don't have to go get a good job, be the job. All right, so, well, you want to give them a little bit of shoe cam?
We can, man. I ain't doing nothing too major today. I got these old dusties on, but we can show them.
I got some old dusties on, too. Have
Those
I
are dope.
Put these on shoe cam before?
I don't think so.
It's just these,
Watch how fast
Air Max.
Watch how fast I flash these.
No, those are dope.
No, I'm just
like
playing,
those.
y'all. No, these are Pumas. I like me a little flat canvas shoe action from time to time.
Yeah, I like those
these
a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, Wendy, Ellen, we stole y'all's shoe cam idea.
And we gonna keep stealing it.
Right. Imitation is the best form of flattery.
Period.
Well, listen, until next time, we appreciate y'all tuning in. So make sure y'all check us out.
And don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and what else? Hit that notification bell. Yeah, hit that notification bell so y'all know we post new videos.
Right.
Period.
All right, y'all.